KO!
Well, KO, how'd you like to be my new little buddy?
New little buddy? Look, do you really mean it?
Yeah, sure.
Wowee!
All right, let's talk about OKKO. There's something pretty ballsy about having a cartoon in the 2010s, and it's filled with action. I mean, you got stuff like regular show, Adventure Time, Steven Universe, but nothing really comes close to OKKO. I mean, it's the brainchild of one Ian Jones Courtley. You know, that guy, the voice. You ever seen Bravest Warriors? You guys probably don't watch Bravest Warriors. But you should, because that shit is gas.
Pixel shut down. He's a little needy. Danny's still fine-tuning his nanonads.
I mean, the guy has credits on shows like Venture Bros, Adventure Time, and obviously, Steven Universe. So he pretty much knows what the hell he's doing. The original concept of the show, titled Lakewood Plaza Heroes, aired back in May 2013, but it took almost 4 years for the show to be picked up and reworked in 2017. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Hey, shit happens, but hey, we got a good cartoon out of it. The vibe of the show borrows aspects of all kinds of nerd culture. You got your video game references, you got your comic books, and your anime for you otaku people. The show does a good job at blending zany cartoon antics with heavy-paced action, but never really loses its style. It doesn't ever really go grim-dark. The basic plot structure of the show goes like this. We follow our atypical shonen protagonist, KO Kincaid, as he struggles to navigate through life because he wants to be king of the pirates. I'm just kidding. Number one hero. He's looking at you, my hero. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. We joke around here. He works at the infamous Lakewood Plaza Turbo. You know that name from the original pilot? Well, it circles back. It's basically where most of the action goes down. But he's not exactly alone. He's got his two best friends, Rad and Enid. Rad is basically your dumb himbo with a heart of gold. He's super sensitive, but doesn't really try to show it. And he's also voiced by Ian. And then we have Enid. Oh my god, Enid. She is a sassy, but also angsty ninja. Also, she's the daughter of a vampire and a werewolf. A very thick vampire, which is why she looks like that. God damn. Like I mentioned before, if you like pop culture, video game stuff, or even nerd culture, you're gonna have a cornucopia of shit to look through when you watch the show. I mean, Ian really didn't pump the brakes. You've got references to characters like Cloud Strife, Mike Hagar. I mean, KO looks like a mini Ryu, fire fists and all. If you can't see it, I mean, then you're freaking blind. Also, he kind of gives me Kid Goku vibes, which is really funny because in the pilot, he's voiced by the OG Kid Goku. Even the series' villain, Lord Boxman, draws great parallels to classic video game characters such as Dr. Eggman and Dr. Wily from Sonic and Mega Man, respectively. Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, let's talk about that crossover. OKKO Let's Meet Sonic is basically every 90s kid's wet dream, because Sonic pretty much comes into the bodega looking for chili dogs, and Tails is also there, and he sauces up KO, and KO is freaking out like every single Sonic fan on Rule 34. He's asking him questions, he's spitting out catchphrases, and Sonic's having a laugh, and Tails is a little bit jealous, but you know, it's Tails. Eventually, Boxman gets a hard-on because he realizes that Sonic is a pain in the ass, and he wants to flex in front of all the other villains. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna kidnap Sonic and use him as a perpetual motion machine to run my entire company. So he tries and he fails several times. He even says, the classic Eggman line. Speaking of which, did you know that Boxman is voiced by Jim Cummings, who is also the voice of Dr. Eggman from Sonic Sat AM? I mean, he's also Winnie the Pooh, but you guys don't care about that. But I do. I do. So Boxman kidnaps Rad and Enid, and Sonic, Tails, and KO bust in and try to stop him, but in typical supervillain fashion, he's somehow stolen the Master Emerald. And obviously, we know how. He gets it from Knuckles. Knuckles, what are you doing, man? You're a thundering dumbass. I really, really hope Idris gives you that sauce, man. Black Superman sauce. In a classic Eggman fashion, Boxman turns KO into Metal KO, a reference to Metal Sonic. And Sonic and Metal KO duke it out, and there's a point in which Sonic gets cornered by Metal KO, and he almost dies, but he doesn't really die because Tails comes in, swoops Sonic, and they tag team him, and we get a cool reference to Metal Sonic's death from the Sonic OVA when KO basically, or Metal KO, dies. We get a cool little Easter egg to the fact that Sonic can't swim. So the gang beats Boxman, saves Enid and Rad, and Sonic parts his ways with KO, but not before reminding him to stay cool and stock up on chili dogs. But then, towards the end of the episode, KO realizes that he didn't learn any lessons, and Sonic eventually gives him a lesson, which is a reference to the old cartoon where Sonic would give these PSAs.
Someone tries to touch you in a place or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, that's no good.
Overall, if you love nerd culture, if you love animation, if you love anything geeky, you're gonna love OKKO. It's got charm, it's got wit, it's got references, and overall, it's got a banging God tier theme song.